Welcome back. The powerful hurricane-force Santa Ana winds fueling these deadly wildfires are also creating incredibly dangerous challenges for the crews who are trying to put these blazes out. The strong winds have grounded at one point firefighting planes and helicopters at different times, which makes it obviously almost impossible for crews on the ground to try to get a handle on the flames. I want to bring in now retired LA County Fire Air Operations Crew Chief and Paramedic Mike DeBron. He's joining us more to explain the challenges. Mike, you were a pilot. You're retired for LA County Fire. You flew the incredible Firehawk helicopters, which fly at nighttime and they're able to drop water. You've worked a lot of catastrophic fires in your career, including the Woolsey fire back in 2018. Just give us your thoughts on what you've been seeing these last couple of days.
Yeah, Bill, good evening to you. And just I was a crew chief paramedic with the department after 40 years in the fire service. I spent my last 24 years in Los Angeles County Fire Air Operations as a crew chief paramedic. And our pilots, along with the paramedics that fly in these aircraft, have really been challenged these last couple of days with the fires going on. The Firehawk aircraft is Sikorsky Firehawk is a great aircraft, and it's proven to be a workhorse in the mission of what we do. And seeing what happened last night was actually a first in my 24 years when I worked there. Never happened when they grounded the aircraft due to the winds. I know the leaders that made that decision, and it was a sound decision because those guys don't want to sit around and wait for anything. When we see this kind of devastation going on, people losing their homes, people losing their lives, it's devastating. We want to go out there and do our jobs. But thankfully, they're out there right now as we speak, dropping water on these fires, trying to get a handle on them. And God willing, Mother Nature slows down these winds and they can get a handle on this.
So in your career spanning several decades, last night was the first time that you're aware of that officials decided to ground firefighting aircraft just because of the wind?
Yeah, Bill, you can remember back when you and I were working the Woolsey fire. I remember seeing winds in that particular fire at night gusting up to 74 miles an hour. And with the event that's going on right now at the 80, 90, up to 100 mile an hour wind recordings, unprecedented in the Los Angeles area. And historians are going to have to look back. I don't know when we've ever seen this type of an event.
And talk about how difficult it is for these pilots to work these fires when it's this windy. We've been watching some of the clips where the helicopters get over the flames, they get pretty low, they dump their water, and some of it either just kind of disintegrates before it hits the ground, or they got to try to aim, 50 yards ahead of it and hope the wind blows it into the fire. Just talk about the difficulty of making these drops when it's windy out there. You made these drops for 20 years.
Yeah, Bill, it's very difficult. It's a hazardous job. I mean, there's a lot of hazards just starting out when you're talking about flying at night on night vision goggles. You're looking at flying these aircraft in the wire environment. You're flying with other aircraft and other agencies, so there has to be a lot of coordination going on to avoid any catastrophic event where we get too close to each other. And then the coordination with the ground crews over who's the priority and getting their drops and who's requesting them. We also have to prioritize, like I said earlier, that human lives and property are the main goals. And additionally, these helicopters that are up there flying along with the fixed-wing aircraft, they're doing great work. But you also got to remember these aircraft are maintenance intensive. So we have a maintenance crew that's staffed 24 hours right now that's taking care of these aircraft. So when one's out flying, one's out being inspected, preparing the next crew to go out.
And Mike, we got 30 seconds left here. You still talk to a lot of the crews who are out there working these fires, some of the pilots. What are you hearing from them? What are they saying about this wind event, this fire event, the last 36 hours? Real quick.
Yeah, I've been talking to them. I talked to them as early as a few hours ago today, and the conditions, Bill, are something that I never saw in my 24 years of flying. And they're doing it, and they're doing it safely. So we'll just continue to pray for those crews to get this fire extinguished and put out.
Absolutely. They're doing life-saving work, and so did you for many years. We appreciate your service. Mike DeBron, and thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks, Bill. Have a good night.